Hello and welcome at long last back to Jessica Recommends, or as this episode will actually be called, Jessica and Friends Recommends. Here's my two little bird friends on my sweater, so we'll call it Jessica and Friends, not just because of the sweater, but also because a couple of weeks ago I was at StoryCon, which is the brand new, very cool writing and book lover event started by the Teen Author Bootcamp people and had a whole slew of fabulous authors there to talk about writing to tweens, teens, and adults. It was so awesome. If you didn't get a chance to go this year, definitely check it out for next year. They're going to run it again next February. Fabulous people there. Jeff Kinney, so many great keynotes. My darling friend Laini Taylor was there, Shannon Hale, all the good people to talk about how to write. And I went around in the green room and I filmed some of my friends talking about a book they recommend. So I got some really fun people, Nova McBee, Lainey, Shannon, Chad Morris, to give me a recommendation for a book that they love to recommend to people. And also hope you will check out their books. There's some fun recommendations and some fun people on there. So I'm going to recommend a couple of things, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut to my friends talking about the books they like. And I'm hoping that I will remember to do this again soon because it was really fun to do. Also, it's an easy way for me to do a video, let's face it. But what am I reading right now? I think I've mentioned it before, but I'm actually a judge for the World Fantasy Award this year. So I am been reading tons and tons of books that we've gotten submitted for our consideration. And I don't recommend all of them. So, but what I do is, and it's a surprise to me, right now I'm listening to the audiobook of Lev Grossman's The Bright Sword, which is a King Arthur book. And if you know me, you know that The Magicians was not my favorite book. I was really surprised. Was not sent this, but I did seek this book out because it was published in 2024 and is a fantasy book, and thought I'm gonna give it a shot. A lot of people love it, and I'm really enjoying it. So we're also reading aloud as a family. Erin and Trada Kelly's The First State of Being, which, in addition to being a National Book Award finalist, was also this year's Newbery winner. Reading this aloud to my two kids, we are all loving it. It is really fun and very intriguing. We're about 50, 60 pages in, very fascinated. We got some time travel going on. We're loving it. I'm also knitting from the Literary Knits book. Highly recommend. Sometimes knitting books are fun to look at as a knitter, but they don't have like really useful patterns or good instructions. And so far, so good. This is by Nicole Lore, and I am making the Billy Pilgrim socks from uh, Slaughterhouse-Five, and they are sort of a twisted stripe tube sock. It's a broken timeline, if you know about Billy Pilgrim and Slaughterhouse-Five, a book I do highly recommend. So I'm really having a lot of fun knitting those socks from this, and I've looked through some of the other patterns. I'm excited to make several things in here. Also, St. Patrick's Day is coming. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dancing my way down the parade route for the Salt Lake City St. Patrick's Day parade with my Irish dance friends. And so, Rinka, The Fairy Tale of Irish Dance by Gretchen Gannon and illustrated by Dawn Vanderbeek, is a really fun picture book about fairies and the story behind Irish dance. Super cutie. Love that. Fiona's Luck is another St. Patrick's Day favorite. Teresa Bateman, illustrated by Kelly Murphy. The story about Fiona and the leprechauns is just so delightful, and the art just stunning. And speaking of leprechauns, Too Many Leprechauns, or How That Pot of Gold Got to the End of the Rainbow, Stephen Krensky, illustrated by Dan Andreasen. This is just a delight. So fun to read aloud. The illustrations are so beautiful. And so those are some fun St. Patrick's Day books that I recommend, in addition to, if you're a knitter, literary knits. If you like listening to a good audiobook that is definitely for adults, though, The Bright Sword. I had to look at it again. The Bright Sword by Lev Grossman. So now, kids, let's turn the time over to some of my friends and see what they recommend.
Hi, I'm Robin Schneider. I am the author of the Other Merlin trilogy, and I just recently finished The Rose Garden by Sasha Payton Smith. It's amazing. If you like selection-esque competitions with magical fae, you need to read this book.
Hi, my name is Ayana Gray. I'm the author of the Beasts of Prey series, and a book that I absolutely love is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. It is about a young scrivener at a library, a magical library, who has to prove her innocence in a murder by teaming up with a sorcerer, and she doesn't trust sorcerers. So it's YA fantasy with lots of magic and books and all the things that I love.
I'm Shannon Hale. I'm the author of Goose Girl and Princess Academy and other fantasy novels, and I recommend Raybearer by Jordan Fuego. Amazing African-inspired fantasy, epic, multiple books, but you can read it standalone. Raybearer.
I'm Nova McBee, the author of the Calculated series, and a book I am currently recommending is The Kiss of Deception by Mary Pearson.
Hey, I'm Chad Morris. I wrote These Things, it's the new one, The Playmakers, and a book that I recommend. Two I just read, The Labors of Hercules Beale, which was awesome, and The Mighty Miss Malone, which is going back a little bit, also awesome.
Okay. Hi, I'm Frank L. Cole. I am the author of lots of middle grade novels. My newest book is The Legend of the Last Library. It's award-winning. And I will recommend the book that you have to read is Shadow of the Gods by John Quinn. My recent 5-star.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, I am Marissa Meyer. I'm the author of the Lunar Chronicles, Heartless, the Renegades Trilogy, a few other things. And I recommend reading Blood and Moonlight by Aaron Beatty. It is a murder mystery set in kind of a fantasy France, and I am absolutely loving it.
My name is Rosalind Eaves, and my book recommendation is The Wedding People by Alison Espach, which is, it sounds really depressing because it's a woman who goes to this hotel, she's going to kill herself, and the rest of the hotel is full of wedding guests who she ends up getting engaged with, and it's really lovely and it's really hopeful despite the really depressing start, but I love it.
Hi, I'm Adriana, and I would recommend reading Six of Crows. It's a really fun story.
Leigh Bardugo?
Yes, Leigh Bardugo.
Awesome.
I'm Laini Taylor. Hi, I'm the author of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy and Strange the Dreamer and some other books. And a book that I love and have read as a comfort book in different formats is The Midnight Bargain by C.L. Polk, which has got a great feminist magic system. Check it out.
Hi everybody, I'm Kayla Rivera. I am the author of the Cicerios trilogy, and I would recommend that you check out Tessa Miata Is No Hero. It's by Julie Abe. She's a fantastic author, and it's just filled with so much Japanese folklore and fun. I highly recommend it.
I'm Robin King, and I write the Art of Espionage series. First book is Remembrant, and my book recommendation is honestly anything by Laini Taylor, but my series of hers that I love the most is the Strange the Dreamer series. It's magical, her words, she's so lyrical with her writing, and then the characters come alive, and it also has like kind of a hot romance, not spicy, but hot in that like you don't want to put it down because you have to find out if the characters get together. So that's one of my favorite recommendations.
Hi, I'm Sandra Taylor, author of Structuring Life to Support Creativity, and I'm going to recommend We Are All So Good at Smiling by Amber McBride, which is a novel told in poetry. It is brilliant and amazing the way she builds meaning through poetry.